So who here is a hockey fan?
Woo! Oh yeah.
Who's been paying attention to the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Oh, don't even talk to me about it.
I take it there's lots of Leaf fans here.
Habs fan.
Okay, why are you recording for me?
Oh.
Okay, so the last week, it's just Monday, the same day as the game, a murder trial started in Toronto. And the jury was sequestered after the trials had started into the hotel room because they couldn't see any media in case they got influenced by it. And it's Game 7 of the Leafs Bruins series, and they really wanted to watch the game. So they sent a note to the judge asking if they would be allowed to watch it. The judge allowed this, and I thought that was really nice of the judge, because that way he could make sure they saw what a murder was really like. see what it's like to have a guilty person right in front of them. And speaking of juries, I got a phone call the other week that I'm up for jury selection next week, and they were changing the date and time of my appearance. And I said, well, thanks for letting me know, because I didn't know I had this in the first place. They told me that they sent the notice out and told me the address, and I'm like, well, I haven't lived there in 6 months. I filled out the jury selection survey about a year and a half ago around the same time as the Shafia trial. And they said, well, that's really not your issue, you should have changed your address. Do you think I'm going to remember changing my address when I fill out one survey and then a year later don't hear anything and move? I don't think so. So, I also am someone who likes to make people laugh, obviously why I'm up here, and put a smile on people's faces, and so sometimes I like to tell some life stories. I am someone who suffers from Crohn's. If you're not familiar with what Crohn's is, it's a gastrointestinal disease that's autoimmune, so it attacks your body, and it's very hard to eat certain substances, like corn, which is fine because corn just goes straight through you anyways. And you don't even want to be around me after I've eaten eggs. But dealing with the doctor, I went for my first exam with the doctor a few years ago, and one of the things he had to do was a nice rectal exam. So doctor looks at me after and said, so how'd that feel? Well, I looked at him and said, well, now I know how a horse feels. And then further on, I had to have surgery because of it. So I went in, and first surgery was just to place a stent within my body to help open up a passageway. The doctor came in after the stent was put in and to see how I was doing. And I looked at him and said, I'm glad you're here. Now I can get my stenting ovation. And then I had other surgeries where one of them was I had 6 to 8 inches removed of my small intestine. The doctor came in to see how I was doing after. It's a bit woozy from the drugs. Morphine's a really, really good thing. Rainbows and unicorns, people. That's what it's all about. But he looked at me and asked me how I was, and I said, well, I'm glad you're here. I feel like I'm on the Wheel of Fortune. I have a brand new bowel, and now can see any more constipations. The biggest problem with the surgeries, though, that I found, or biggest shock, was getting the what's it called? Your urine bag pulled out when you have surgeries done. Nice little, thank you, the catheter. Brain's not working very well today. And they tell you they're going to count to 3. They never end up pulling on 3. But by the time I had a few of these done, I now am a pro at it, and I can just sit there and pull it out myself. I kind of feel like Optimum. So So the first time it happened, though, they look at me and they're like, okay, we're going to pull on 3. 1, 2, and... Oh! I kind of feel like I know what birth is like now for women, but probably not even close to it. Women in the audience, it's all yours. And I praise you for it. Thank you for going through that for us. Other than that, I don't really have any big stories, but thanks for sitting through this, and hopefully I made you smile, and we'll do this again sometime. Have a great night.